What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Big Thing. Thank you for joining us on this Wednesday, Disney Plus Day. It's coming out. It's going to be next week. Lots of big stuff coming out with Star Wars and Marvel and them taking Disney, what is it, the Jungle Cruise, putting that up on there, Shang-Chi, everything. A lot of big day for the 2 year. What are you going to see? Well, who better than the expert of the hour, Mark Ellis, who is going to be here to join us. It's going to be a fun show. We got a lot to talk about. He still hasn't seen shit.
What's a Disney?
What's a Disney? What's a Dune? You know nothing, Jon Snow.
I like Goofy.
Yes, you do. So this goofy bastard is going to be talking with me today. We're going to have a good show. It is going to be a lot of fun. It is the Big Thing, and we're excited to talk to you. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's Big Thing. Wednesday. Big week already. 20,000 subscribers we hit on the channel. Thank you so much. Thank you to everybody who's been tuning in and listening. Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Gotta make that more clear. Even if you're one of the 20,000 subscribers, you're brand new and you just found us, subscribe to the Apple Podcast and Spotify for this show. Helps tremendously. Helps us do wonderful ad reads, professional ad reads like the one we did on Monday for MANSCAPED. Mark, what'd you think of that?
Oh, dear God. The first thing that happened when I came into the studio wasn't, hey, how are you? How was your weekend? It's like, you got to listen to this ad I did. And he plays it, and I just hear it. It's not going off the rails completely, but the train's definitely rickety. And then all of a sudden, you just hit a penny on the tracks.
And that was it. It was a blast. It was a lot of. That's why I love MANSCAPED, and we'll talk about them a little later, because they want you to have fun with their ads. And
they encourage this kind of behavior.
They do. Yeah. And I already had gotten people who said, I listened to this. And one guy said, I live in Singapore. I had never thought about getting MANSCAPED before because I didn't know if they shipped. Loved that ad so much, had to do it, and found out they did ship to Singapore.
Oh, good.
And now he's got it because of that ad, because I told people, Mark, and this would be the tag phrase for MANSCAPED, stop being a fucking asshole and get MANSCAPED. Mm-hmm. This isn't even the ad yet. We'll get there in a little bit. I
think you should put that on, like, you know how they put, like, critic reviews on movie posters and stuff? That should be your trademark. Like, a lot of people have their things. Gene Shalit would use puns a lot of times. Siskel and Ebert had the 2 thumbs up. Yours should be just horrific pirate ship swearing. Yeah. Whether you like a movie or you hate a movie. So give me your review. Give me what you want it to be on the Eternals poster. Kristian Harloff says,
yeah, it might be fucking dense. Deal with that shit. Sit there and watch a big screen production. Fucko.
Disney.
See?
Releasing the Eternals. Yeah.
I think that works.
Good. Well, I'm proud of you. I'm glad you're having fun, especially I mean, look, I do have some sympathy for you because I know that was a natural thing that happened, and it's hard to keep a straight face when you have 2 heathens in the studio, like a Brett Sheridan, who I haven't seen in forever.
Is that true?
Haven't seen him in forever. We text, but again.
Have you seen him since the thing?
What thing?
The world sucking?
You know, that's a great question. I want to say I have, but I may not have actually interacted with. I don't think I've seen him.
I got to put you on the show with him then.
Yeah.
People have requested that. People have requested an Ellis and Sheridan show.
I mean, you don't even need to be here. Just hit the buttons, then you can go take off and walk the dude.
I'm down.
Who was very excited to see his pal Mark Ellis today.
I'm actually not down though. As I hear myself say that. Like this, because you know how I get sometimes. Like I just don't. It's like, oh, gotta do it.
Like what you just did with the opening.
No, I like.
Sound like a beleaguered dad walking the kids into Disneyland. All right, well, we're here. It's the big thing. All right, kids, we're gonna ride some rides.
That's me though. That's me in general. You can even tell from my set. My set has changed as far as the approach on how I approach things now.
We can tell you have kids now.
Yes.
Whereas we didn't have that suspicion before, but the energy it's not more subdued. It's just you're thinking a lot more.
Contained.
Yeah. But your mannerisms when you're on stage and the way that you sort of prowl it, the way that you control the audience, very much just like it was in the old days.
Thank you. That was very.
There's no. I don't know if it was a comment. It was a comment, but it was. There's no panic in you.
No,
because like before it would be like you just have more high energy sort of stuff.
Right.
And now it's a little more thought provoking. I'm a father. I've sat down with the kids and I've thought about these things, but there's never any. Oh, well, that didn't hit the way I thought it would, so now I need to check into another bit. It's like, no, I'm just going to keep being me, and I'm going to make you I'm not coming to you. You, the audience, come to me.
That certainly felt that way in the last set, for sure. Like when at the last Flappers one that we did.
Flappers a week ago?
About that,
A week ago, yeah.
About a week ago, yeah. And that was for sure that, because there was a particular bit that I did in New York that worked very well that was okay at Flappers this time around. But I just said, okay, I realized afterwards I had forgot a crucial piece of it, so it's probably one of the reasons why I didn't go over it the same way.
It's the best. You're just driving around the next day, then you're like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Damn it. Because you just wanted to see how it was going to work. Because you knew that was like, it's like you put together a Lego set, and you're like, something ain't looking, it doesn't look like it does on the box. And you realize you forgot to do something in step 9, and now you're on step 150.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, it's probably too late to salvage.
That's what it was, but it was good. It felt good, and just in general, like that attitude is funny because that day I had done a reaction to, I think, the Pixar the Lightyear thing.
Yeah,
and I was just in a mood, and it was and it's transferred onto that stage because I said to you'd give me very good advice when
those Pixar Toy Story things, they're designed
to show off,
to lighten up one's demeanor, not to make them feel the weight of the world.
No, it wasn't in that kind of mood. What was it? Not a bad mood.
Did you read the comments, honey? Did you read the comments?
Yeah, it was good.
Oh, okay.
I was not in a not one of those kind of like no. It was in a like I legit asked the audience. I said, "What do you know about me? You know me. I don't know you. You have kids? You might. I don't care. Do you? You don't care about me?
Oh, you're a goofy Christian."
More or less, because that's what I took on stage with me that night, and it worked. Because when I got there, you had said, well, the first time, because when we went back to Flappers the first time.
Have you talked about this on the show? I don't want to bore the shit out of people,
but not with you.
Oh, okay,
not with you.
Yeah.
So
no, you haven't.
Yeah, and when the first time, after not doing it for however many years it was, and then I told a lot of people because I wanted to make sure. And my 2 favorite sets that I've done since I've been up like 4 times since September.
Yeah.
My 2 favorite sets were, even though they all went pretty well, but the 2 that was the Thursday night in New York.
Yeah.
And the last one.
Right.
Because there were 2 audiences that didn't know me.
Well, they were less so. Yeah. I think New York was probably Thursday. That was at New York Comedy Club you're talking about on Thursday. No, I think it was closer to like 50-50, but
I just dude, I'm telling you, I wanted to check for sure.
Oh yeah,
there were like 9 or 10 people for Schmodown.
Oh wow, okay,
hardly anybody for that third. They were just there to watch comedy.
Good.
And nothing against our audience, obviously, but like because Friday night was if you looked at the 2 sets and on tape, you'd say, well, the Friday one was obviously people were screaming, yelling, and everything.
So you just got into. You feel like you got a better set out of Thursday,
and the other night Flappers because I didn't know the crowd.
Right,
and
right.
And I was like, okay, when I go up there, are they cheering because they like schmoes? Are they cheering because they like the Schmodown? Or are they cheering because whatever it might be? As opposed to this is the next comedian on the lineup. What do you got?
Yeah,
that's what it felt like. So
well, those are the best feelings.
That's back in
again at its most purest form. The art of stand-up is telling jokes and exposing secrets of your life or your outlook on the world to strangers. Right. And so, like what I try to do is diagnose the crowd before I go up because I don't like being in the crowd for too long. But I just like to walk in, maybe even as I'm being introduced sometimes, to just kind of feel like, okay, how many of these people know who the hell I am ahead of time? How many of these people have no idea, and you just try to feel that out because like I try to squash it in the first 10 or 15 seconds on stage, not because I don't appreciate all the support of people who know who I am or who you are for years, but it does change the dynamic a little bit. So I try to, like, I'm not up there, hey, how many people watch Schmodown? Like trying to elicit those. I want to quiet all that noise, and I just want you to listen to the jokes.
Yeah, that's ultimately what it was feeling like, is getting more comfortability up there. But it was a lot of fun. I think Jake Lewis, how great of a dude is that guy?
Oh, the best.
It's the best.
Absolute best,
Love that kid.
And a great Jack Skellington impression.
Yeah, I'd say I missed that part of it.
Gosh.
I missed it.
Woo!
Yeah. It's
weird when people with real talent get on stage.
He's really good. And he directed.
He's a musician, plays guitar.
He directed and wrote that Robin Williams thing that Jamie did. So he's really good.
Yeah.
Okay, we have a lot of other things to talk about because there is this Disney Plus Day that's coming out.
So you told me this before we went to air, and I was like, oh, like D23. And you shot me down pretty quick.
It's because
you didn't allow my idea to flourish.
I mean, it's like similar, right? I mean, where
I mean, you if you compare it to the DC fandom thing that happens, is it fandom or fandom? Because I thought there was an E at the end.
Dome.
Yeah, there is a dome.
Yeah.
All right. Well, because a dome is a kingdom is a whole. No, a dome is a whole township.
Dome.
A dome is just like a place you go. Disney, maybe they drop a lot of trailers that we're expecting, similar to like when DC dropped the Batman trailer.
Yeah, the difference, I think, because the way that I looked at DC fandom, I didn't understand any. There were some criticisms of it after, like, oh, it was a boring event. It wasn't the only thing that shows Batman. It's Comic-Con. How many Comic-Cons have you and I been to where you go to certain panels? That one's not for me. They have some guests telling some jokes. Those jokes didn't land, but to the people in the crowd, they loved them.
You're just rummaging.
But it's an event, so it's not for. It's for. So there's comics, there's things. I thought the DC fandom thing was great. I thought they put on a really good show. There's some of the hosts, like Tiffany hosted a lot of it. I thought she should have hosted the whole thing. I made that.
Well, you put it on, and it's a Saturday, so you put it on, you do whatever your household chores are, you drive around, you pay attention, you keep an ear on it. You know that, okay, there's this one or two things that I really want to pay attention to. Obviously, for me, that would have been the Batman trailer.
Yeah.
And then same probably thing with Disney. Like, not everything that they drop, if they talk about it, like, oh, check this clip out of, I don't know, Frozen 3, I'm like, good for them. Now, if it's Tangled 2, I'm all ears.
Then you're in. But
Tangled.
Well, so here's some of the stuff that they already had said was coming out.
Hit me.
Well, they're going to do Marvel Studios, Shang-Chi, and The Legend of the Ten Rings. That's going to be, they're on November 12th, they're making it, it's going to be available on the platform.
Cool.
Like, so now I think it's like, I don't even know if you can get it for $30 now. Either way, it's not available on the streaming service.
Not yet, I don't think so.
Jungle Cruise is also going to be available.
Did you see that?
Jungle Cruise? Yeah, I did.
Heard it was fun.
It's fun.
Heard it was fun.
I liked it. This Home Sweet Home Alone thing. Now, people are getting confused and thinking that this is a remake. It is not. It is a continuation because Buzz is actually a cop in the trailer. It looks terrible. I mean, the thing looks terrible.
But it's the kid that played Buzz? Is a cop now?
Yeah, he's a cop, but he's not the main guy though. There's like a little British kid.
I'll still watch that movie.
Yeah, I'll check it out. I think Macaulay Culkin apparently makes a cameo or something.
Sure. Yeah.
So, but the movie looks terrible. But people were going nuts. How do you remake this? And I'm remaking it. They're just telling another thing. Whatever.
And that, I imagine that drops somewhere around Christmas.
I'm assuming. But this is streaming exclusively on November 12th. No. I'm sorry. This is Disney Plus Day that's talking about. So who knows?
Halloween ended, and now it's the Christmas season.
And before we finish this, did you watch Halloween Kills?
No, I have not caught it yet. How much did you love it?
It is fucking terrible.
Wow. So that's what they're putting on the poster.
Is terrible.
Wow.
And you know how much I loved. I liked it.
I call you a fraidy cat out of spite.
Yeah.
I'm jealous of the castle you've built for yourself and your family.
Yes.
I've always wanted one of my own.
Yes.
I'll never have one.
No.
And I hate you for that.
Yes.
But you did enjoy Halloween. You like the thrills. You like the scares. You like the story.
Yeah.
You like the build-up, the suspense, the ending, the climax. You liked all of it.
I did. And what I liked about it, because the original is a classic, one of the best horror movies of all time, because it doesn't just and I watched this whole thing on the Movies That Made Us, or whatever the hell the name of this show is on Netflix.
You don't have to get angry about it.
Yeah.
It is called The Movies That Made Us.
Thank you so much. And they talk about how Carpenter was like, they made it very clear the producer did not want blood. There's no blood in that movie. And minus like blood on the knife for like a quick second, but like there's when you the gruesome kills and all that kind of stuff, it's not there. It's just it's the Hitchcock kind of scary moments of when he's in the dark. It's just dark, and then a split second later, there's Michael Myers.
It's like your imagination.
It's terrifying,
which is the thing I would love to tell a lot of people. And gory stuff has its place, but you get more chills out of me just having Laurie Strode look out a window
there he is.
down at the clothes drying on the clothesline and seeing Michael Myers staring at you. That one shot in The Strangers of dude just wearing his head in and out. Much more thrills and chills than blood and guts everywhere for me.
100%. And then in the what is it, I guess sequel / reboot that they put out in 2018, there's kind of like a lot of that, with some gruesome kills, like
there's some gruesome
teeth stuff, but it's not like what eventually. The reason why they started to remake or wanted to remake this is because the sequel started getting out of hand. Right? There's so much ridiculousness. They made Laurie Strode his sister at one point, and there's all these gruesome kills, and it just became slasher like muck.
And Rob Zombie loves leaning into that. That's why he wanted to make his version of the Halloween movies, which I do, especially the first one, I do appreciate. And didn't work out well for Octavia Spencer in those movies, unfortunately.
Didn't even watch them. But
it's a different take on it. But they wanted to get back to the original premise.
That's what you were hoping for, and that's what I thought. That's why they wrote
with
me
the 2018.
Yes, they wrote me back in with that because even my wife, who's not a big horror fan, was like she was nostalgic on the Halloween, and we thought even that long shot they do in the 2018 version when he goes back to the neighborhood and all of that, even the kill was there's some violent stuff going on, obviously, but it wasn't over the top. This is every other thing is over the top. He's sticking his fingers into people's eyes, and their eyes are bulging out of their head and blowing up. And like when someone gets cut, it's like a river of blood. And then they lean into this supernatural shit that ruined the other ones.
Kind of unkillable.
It was
the shape.
It was so stupid. It was so stupid. And Jamie Lee Curtis is sitting in the hospital for the whole movie. She's not even doing anything.
Yeah, well, I feel like, and I will get around to seeing it eventually, I just feel like that trailer I loved, though. That first trailer they dropped of Halloween Kills when it's like the fire department. It's like, oh, that's how, because it looked like Mike was done for, and the guy he's Tom Brady. He finds a way to come back and win, unless it was this past weekend. So that's what I was excited about. But I also, the more I hear about it, it really does seem like I can, if I want to, and I might take the movie franchise up on this, I might just leapfrog over this one and just act like it never happened and then go check out Halloween Ends and just hope that they get back to...
Yeah, the only problem is I think they shot them at the same time, right?
That's a great question. That would have made sense.
If they shot them at the same time, then we're in trouble because it means that they didn't.
Okay.
It means that we didn't have enough time to get the criticisms and listen to what made this special to me was that it was a continuation of the first one in the same vein, that they got away from all the sloppy nonsense. And like Anthony Michael Hall's character is a complete moron. I mean, the guy's a moron. And I was expecting him to be, I love Anthony Michael Hall. So like, I'm like, okay, wait, what? Oh, he's like, these people, all the villagers are dummies. They don't, and then this guy is on camera. They have him on camera reporting how he's taking all these people out. Send the military.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah,
and it's on camera, so somebody. What are we doing?
So the SAT score is in Haddonfield, Illinois, not necessarily the nation's highest.
No, the dogs have more IQ. Watching what's happening in this movie continuously, just so dumb. There's this one scene in the hospital when they think, who's that? Is that Michael? And they're like, no, it's not him. And it's like the Beauty and the Beast scene when they're going, kill the beast, and it's like, and they can't catch this guy in this run. It's so stupid.
Did you make it through to the end?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I did. And my wife was like, "Yeah, you want to bail on this?" And I'm like, "No." No, I don't want to bail on it. I want to finish it because if it gets better and something else happens, but then every kill was so gruesome, like so gratuitous that it's like I didn't mind the teeth scene in 2018. Didn't mind it. Thought it worked. Yeah, because he's brutal, but like. Showing teeth splatter and that kind of stuff is different than like watching it. I was really bummed by this movie.
Big miss for you.
Yeah, big miss. It was one of the worst movies I saw of the year for sure.
You know what a cool Halloween movie that I saw that I was watching it for the Rotten Tomatoes Was Wrong show is Jennifer's Body.
Yeah, which one is
with
that?
Megan Fox and Amanda Seyfried. Came out in 2009 and was marketed as like, hey, teenage dudes, remember how hot that chick from Transformers is? Come see this movie. And it totally missed, the marketing totally missed the point.
What is really, it's the opposite. Don't come see it.
It's really, really well done. And it's a fun horror comedy. Campy, you get some chills, but you get a lot of laughs too, and it's just a nice allegorical message that really resonates. It might have just been a movie that came out before its time.
Yeah, people speak highly of it.
It's a really good rewatch, and it's only 45% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is a crime. Yeah,
interesting. Yeah, people speak highly of that one.
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, you'd said Halloween, and you got me. I'm glad you brought it up because I had to bring it up with you. I know how much. I'm very curious to get your take on it though, because I know you obviously.
I don't think I'm going to watch it now.
You obviously have Peacock.
Yeah.
So you should.
I don't know that I want to watch it, Kristian. After a review like that.
But the thing is, sometimes that was there have been times.
I'm easily hooked.
You are easily hooked.
I'm easily hooked by horror movies.
And if you know, but if you have a problem with the over gore, that's all this is.
It's got to work in service of the story somewhat,
it doesn't.
And not just like, hey, look at how much blood we can get on camera.
Exactly what this is.
Okay.
It doesn't serve it, and it's really stupid. Like these people are stupid. stupid people.
It's fine if they're stupid people.
Everyone is stupid.
But
usually there's somebody that's smart.
It's tough to pick up from the first one where not everybody was stupid.
Right.
You had some overzealous podcasters who were a little too excited to, give Michael his mask back. But
love that angle. I
thought it was great. Yeah. It was a nice modern update.
Yeah. I had one problem with the 2018 one was the thing with the doctor or what happened in the car.
Yeah, it was
But that's one thing.
Right.
I remember when we reviewed it, when we talked about it, I said, the one problem I had, I'm trying to find one problem I didn't have with this movie. It's like, this is stupid. This is stupid. The doctor thing, I would take a million times over to half the shit that happens.
It's the old Indiana Jones fridge bomb. It's like, if there's one of these in a movie that I'm otherwise really enjoying, all right, fine, I'll spot you.
Oh, and like the fact that it's got like something like 40% or 38% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Not doing well on the tomato meter.
That's a good score.
People aren't happy with it.
No, that's a good score.
For that movie.
For that movie, I'm shocked that that's like PJ Campbell, who I love more than anything, loves everything.
Loves Halloween Kills?
He loves everything. So when he said, but his reasoning for it when I spoke to him about it, he's like, I like it because this. PJ is the nicest human being.
He likes the blood and guts sometimes too, though.
He does.
He enjoys more of the gore.
And what he said and his reasoning behind, he says he understands why people hate it for the reasons of why and this and that, but his reasoning for it. Brandon Hanna loves it, right? There are people who love this movie.
I respect their opinions
100%. I don't get it. Respect it. Don't get it. I mean, I think this movie is terrible.
I think maybe I'll just let people debate this movie.
You should.
Then once all of my pals come to a consensus.
I know. I'm sure we're gonna get. I mean, there'd be some people who are we'll talk to in the comment section that saw it, and they might agree, they might not agree. But I think it's one of the stupidest movies.
Go down the list. Like, think of movies that were shot back to back, because the general
Back to the Future 2 and 3
back to back thing is like the first movie comes out and is a huge success, like Back to the Future, like The Matrix, like Halloween 2018. But again, I think that Back to the Future 2 and 3 work as companion pieces, but they also are about the same quality.
Yeah.
And then same like Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And luckily everybody loved The Fellowship because they shot all three of those back to back.
Right.
And then you have The Matrix, came out, everybody loved. Not so much with the next one. Yeah. And there's no time to course correct. So that's the concern you have. Scare.
Yeah, when they lean in on the tone of what it is, then that's what you're going to get for 3. But there's always the power of editing, and there's always the power of scale back on.
Still allowed to edit.
Scale back on the. I mean, I don't mind the brutality. I mind like we started laughing at one point.
The stupidity.
Yeah, but how it
gets me sometimes.
Yeah, what he's doing
movies.
in the way that he's like, how some of the kills. It's like they're leaning on the movie to be more about the kills and everything too than it is the story of it. And it's like that's what I disliked about where the Halloween franchise went. Yeah. And I liked it that they were taking it back and they lost that. But
at some point with haunted house movies, sometimes you root for the characters and you care about them so much. You're like, yeah, that's your house. You go get that ghost. But other times it's like,
you're rooting for the house.
Just move. Yeah. And at this point, you're a resident of Haddonfield, Illinois. Maybe it's just time to move the kiddos to Ohio.
They made a mistake.
It's right next door.
It's on television. They put it on television. Once it's on television, here comes the army. You throw him in a cage. Again, like throw in the army, he's on television already, and it's like don't just leave it to. There's people with like bats and pitchforks in this, like it's like it's the 1700s.
I'd rather see a Marine just because I want to see a sword versus Mike's knife. See how that works out.
I hope that they try to course correct, but I doubt they're going to. Anyway, going back to this thing, then from one shift to the next, we're going to Disney Plus and Jungle Cruise. Shang-Chi, those go up there. Home Sweet Home Alone, whatever that is going to wind up being, who knows. Disney's Olaf Presents, that's something for the kiddos. It's going to be something.
Olaf is just such a bankable. It's hard to think of a more bankable side character in modern storytelling than Olaf, where it's like, hey, we don't, for whatever reason, Anna and Elsa, they're on the skids again. They can't get it together to make another thing. So just give it to the snowman.
He did it last time. He's done it before. He's a great Josh Gad. Probably career. It's his career. It's his Mona Lisa. Is his portrayal of Olaf.
Well, yeah, but it shows the drive that guy has, that he's still out there doing so many different projects, whereas if it's me and I'm voicing Olaf, I'm never getting out of bed again. I'm like Grandpa Joe. I'm like, just set the mic up so I can pull it down.
Right, what do I need to do?
Give me my bedpan.
I need to giggle and, pretend I'm melting. So that's coming. That's going to be a hit. The kids will love that one. I know my kids will definitely love that one. Then they have Disney and Pixar's Ciao Alberto, which is based off of the Luca.
Yep.
These characters from Luca, which I really enjoyed. Cute movie. So that's one that they're doing all the shorts. There's all new shorts from The Simpsons. The World According to Jeff Goldblum season 2. And then the two that everyone really going to they're going to show. I mean, this is what they're not showing. They're not talking about here, but they got to show some of these new Pixar movies. Maybe they show. I mean, they showed the Lightyear trailer already, right? So that's curious that they didn't wait to show that. You know, during it.
So you think maybe they have something more? Maybe they have a full clip?
I think you're going to get the slate of the movies that are coming out. So I guess kind of answering your question from beforehand, it's the same agenda of like D23, right? Because I think that it's kind of shifted up because last D23 I think was right as Disney Plus was launching. So it was right around the same. It was right around Disney Plus.
Was Endgame already out?
Endgame came out.
That's when Tom Holland came out and everybody went nuts for him because that was the week that it looked like that deal might fall apart.
Right. And then it happened.
They were promoting Onward. Him and Chris Pratt were promoting Onward.
Right.
I remember that.
Yes.
And then there was probably and Onward was like the last movie to be released in theaters.
It was
before the pandemic.
Yeah.
But so I can't remember if they had made any mention of even Rise of Skywalker. Because this was probably the summer before Christmas, and then the following year Onward came out. So they must have had something. Oh, you know what they did?
What's that?
I think it was like a behind the scenes vid.
Was it?
Of Rise of Skywalker. That's what I think it was. Yeah.
Yeah. It was, they mentioned and Ewan McGregor came out on stage.
Right. Which would have meant that Endgame had already come out.
Yeah,
because Endgame came out in 2019, April. Summer.
Yeah, well, April.
Early, right. And then D23, I think it was
June or
August.
July. Was it August? Okay, so either way, it was summertime. So yeah, and they also had at the time they had Diego Luna and Paul Bettany, not Paul Bettany, Alan Tudyk come out. I was getting too confused.
Right.
Alan Tudyk come out, even though Alan Tudyk's not even in season 1 of Andor, which is silly. But either way.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So that was the stuff that they were doing. They were starting to kind of gear up to the Disney Plus stuff because at that point, had Disney Plus hadn't launched yet.
No, it came out that if that's August, then it came out that November.
Right, because Mandalorian hadn't even launched.
Yeah, it was either October or November because they had like those kiosks set up where you could go sign up for it right there and like get some sort of 15% off. But I remember for two reasons. One, as the all-time best reason to go to any event at the Anaheim Convention Center is when those food trucks come out, and it's delicious. Viking Dog.
Yeah.
Viking
They're
Dog.
Really good.
Holy God, Viking Dog is the best. They have this turkey sausage that they do that's called the Loki Dog, and they throw a bunch of like sauerkraut and like caramelized onions, some pickles, some hot mustard on there. Oh my dear God, it is just the best food truck food, which, maybe food trucks are the way to go. We've been going to restaurants our whole lives. Maybe food trucks have some good grub in there, man.
Well, you definitely told me about that turkey sausage. It was delicious.
The Loki Dog.
Yummy.
Get it now at your local Viking Dog truck.
But either way.
So what's the Star Wars stuff that we get?
Well, let's put the Pixar stuff first, right? Whatever. I think they're going to announce some of the new stuff. The Disney, whatever the new Disney movies are, they'll give a couple sprinkles there as far as what's coming out. But maybe not because as I'm saying this, the difference between D23 is this is everything that's aimed towards Disney Plus. So maybe there aren't any original movies that are coming out for Disney Plus, so they wouldn't do Buzz. That makes no sense. I hear myself say that now. Lightyear, it's a theatrical movie, and this is that's the thing. They're not going to show that. They're going to show this. That's the same reason why they wouldn't show like Patty Jenkins had something ready. They're not going to show Patty Jenkins
from Rogue Squadron.
Yeah, no, because
that's going on the big screen first.
Yeah,
ostensibly it's going to be released just on the big screen, not a joint release.
Right.
And so I understand that, but the goal with any of these things is also to generate buzz.
Sure, no pun intended.
To be trending online.
Yeah, but as I hear myself say, that's why listening to that's exactly why there's certain things. I think the Marvel, that's why Marvel presentation and Star Wars presentation. Okay, so I'm talking myself through this as I'm saying.
None of this came up in our show prep, as you folks know at home, we do about 2 hours of detailed show preparation before going on the big thing.
That's a lot. But all that stuff that's there, now that makes a lot more sense, because that's why when Disney and Pixar's Olaf presents, that's something that's directly to Disney Plus, and then the Luca thing going straight to Disney Plus. Okay, all that makes sense. So then the Star Wars special look, the Marvel special look, that's going to be the stuff that then is going to be the talk of the town.
Makes it to Twitter and
because you're going to get more of a look at this point when it comes, because this is next week that this drops. You're going to probably get a more detailed look at Hawkeye,
right, which is Christmas.
Have you seen the trailer for that?
I did see the trailer.
That's got to be right up your alley, right?
I did enjoy it.
Yeah,
you know what it reminded me of? Like Die Hard and Lethal Weapon.
Yeah, that's what they're going for. That's what they're going for, and it's got like that Shane Black thing to it, and with the music and the way that they cut it. I thought it was okay when I saw it. Initially, I like the character of Hawkeye. I think that Haley Steinfeld is amazing.
Yeah.
So to watch them together, I wasn't excited for WandaVision. And WandaVision I thought was phenomenal. So,
you did?
I loved WandaVision.
Oh, good for you.
I loved WandaVision. You didn't like it?
Didn't see it, but I remember being at that D23 and they ran it and you're like, I don't know about that. And I was just happy that they were taking a chance with something.
Yeah.
They were thinking outside the box and doing something different than what, again, I love the Marvel stuff, but it's nice to see a studio that huge take a risk like that.
That's how I felt. I felt more
Feels
so
like it
about
ended up paying off.
I felt more so about Eternals. That's way out of the box. I think that's why critics aren't enjoying it as much. It's so different from regular Marvel stuff.
Well, that's why I haven't seen Dune yet. Is because I'm watching the Eternals and I'm like, oh man,
did you see it?
The Eternals?
Yeah. You went to the premiere, right?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
I was lucky enough to go. I liked it.
Oh man, I loved it. I'm in the minority.
It didn't. It felt repetitive.
Did it?
To me,
see, it felt
like we were having the same conversations. And it felt like we were making the same points over and over and over again.
Oh, you mean so what was not from previous stuff, from the second...
from this actual movie. It's like we set up all this stuff and we're having a conversation about what are we going to do with humanity.
Yeah.
And I feel like I had that conversation 30 different times.
Throughout the movie. I can understand that.
You know what it reminded me of? Like if you're at a party, right? And everybody, every new conversation you walk
Same
into
conversation.
was like, hey, did you get Pfizer or Moderna?
Right.
It's like, I've heard, can we please talk about something else?
Yeah.
Or can we please get this mission done? I realize that movie had a mountain of a task.
It's gorgeous, though.
Chloe Zhao did an amazing job with the way that movie looks, with introducing characters that I actually do care about now.
Yeah.
But I just felt like that was one where I'm like, we could have edited maybe
I think that's fair.
A fair 30 minutes out of this.
Yeah, but
it also felt so sweepingly epic that I'm like, okay, I need to rest before I see Dune. Because at least Eternals did have some chuckles along the way. Dune looks like nobody slips on a banana peel that entire time.
Dune's one of my favorite movies this year.
Hey, look at, did you see it in the thing or did you see it here? Okay.
And I watched it with popcorn and I watched it with this. It's phenomenal.
No,
it's
you
great.
watched it with popcorn
subtitles.
And
no chivis. No chivis.
Okay.
No, not for that one. Maybe the next time. But loved it. And watch it. Do yourself a favor if you watch it at home. Watch it with subtitles. It helps tremendously.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's a really great movie, and it plays to what I'm looking forward to in the sequel. So that's
right up my alley. You're hitting me at the right time because I just finished watching Squid Game with subtitles.
I haven't seen that yet.
Oh.
Yeah, I heard. I gotta watch it. You think I like it?
Oh,
You think I like it? All right.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
it's got some gore.
But
is it earned?
But like you said,
it's earned.
I don't mind gore.
I know you don't.
I'm the same thing with you.
You mind stupidity.
I might when you're just doing it to do it.
Dude,
it fits the story. It fits the story. Look, the gore here. Sopranos has gore. In one of the last seasons, this guy goes in to mess with Meadow Soprano. Mm-hmm. You've seen it, and then Tony walks in and hits him in the face, and then puts his mouth on the bar and stomps his head, and all the teeth go flying. I'm like, that guy just messed with Tony Soprano's daughter. Fit the story. Yeah. I get it.
Put the kiddos to bed. When you get some free time to yourself, come out, bring the dude.
I will.
Put your phone away
and just watch it.
Read it. Don't do the dump. Read it.
It's not a Sadie thing.
I think she could get into it, though.
No chance.
I do.
No chance. No chance.
I think she could.
No way.
I think she could.
Not going to happen. But I will watch it because I hear nothing but amazing things about it.
Yeah.
But as we jump back to Marvel, and like I said, when I saw WandaVision...
Mm-hmm. Is that your favorite of the new ones? Of the TV shows?
You know me in parallel universes, right? And multiverses and stuff.
Oh, so you're big on Loki?
Loki. I really liked Loki a lot. I thought Loki had a lot that I really enjoyed. But I mean, I liked the whole thing, and I didn't mind Falcon and Winter Soldier.
You're digging them all.
The series for where they come, I think that they're doing it right. So I prefer television sometimes because it just gives you longer to develop the characters.
Surprised you saw a movie.
But Dune, even though they're doing a Dune television series, this particular story I like as 2 movies, and I think it works because it's 2 hours and 40 minutes. It played in very well, good setup. But the Marvel series is She-Hulk. I don't know if they started filming anything yet, so I think we'll get news on it.
They had casting news. I don't know if they've actually started production on it.
No, I'm not sure.
All it was a logo back at D23.
But last year they did something at the Disney Plus event. They did something about it, but like they have casting now. I don't know if they filled anything. Maybe show there's gonna. Was it Miss Marvel? They're gonna show the Miss Marvel stuff.
Okay.
That for sure. Maybe in another announcement of What If season 2. Maybe that'll be an announcement. If they're going to do that, that seemed to be pretty popular for them. Other series that are coming out, I don't know what else is coming.
Well, this is why you watch that thing then.
But
you're going to be illuminated.
I wonder if there's going to be some kind of big announcement that comes out from Marvel.
If there is, it'll be a much better episode of The Big Thing.
It's true. But look, Star Wars is the one for me that I can actually speak. Like, I don't have Coy here to guess what they're going to do for Marvel. And from Marvel, there'll be a lot of different.
Coy is like talking to an oracle when it comes to the MCU or really any sort of comic book based property. It's like I don't even think he's human. I just think you can go see the Coy.
Yeah.
And just this knowledge gets uploaded into your own brain.
Yeah.
And most of it just leaks out because I don't have the memory capacity that he does. But it's impressive how that guy can inform me about stuff that I have no understanding.
We were doing the Spider-Man rewatches with myself, him, and Winston.
Yeah.
And just listen to the two of those guys speak. I give watch it and just basically what I saw in the movie. That's what I talk about. They have like so much extensive knowledge of like the stuff that happened in the comics and what could happen. It's fascinating.
I think that's why they're both really good schmodown managers, especially when it comes to Inner Geekdom, because they have a foundational understanding of the stuff that we're asking that a lot of times we don't.
Right.
And so if there is some sort of discrepancy or a challenge, they have the working knowledge to be like, wait, something isn't jiving quite right.
They both have competed as well. So but. So for that stuff, and because Coy and I are doing our Monday episode of our Eternal spoiler review, and I'm gonna actually talk to him about some of this stuff because, like, I can theorize about what, like Loki season 2, they'll probably talk about as far as when it's gonna launch or that kind of thing. I don't know, but it's the Star Wars stuff.
Yeah,
that is Boba Fett. Now that, as what I said before with Lightyear, and obviously take that away now because it makes more sense why they didn't show it because it's a movie coming out theatrically. But Boba Fett, on the other hand, I thought that was gonna be the big one because it's so close, and they were gonna show that trailer. They showed it the other day on Monday morning.
Monday Night Footballed it.
Yeah, they did show it on Monday morning. Did you watch it? Did you watch the trailer?
It had already dropped, and then they put it on Monday Night Football.
Did you watch
too.
it?
I did not. No.
Oh, you still didn't see it?
No, I want to see it. I just again, it's a gap, and I can watch it right now if you want. I can fire it up.
It's The Sopranos, man. It is.
Well, again, but. Again, I'm gonna say that I called a similar shot back in 2012.
About a movie.
You and I did a vid. Everybody can go back and watch it.
Yeah. Characters we wanted to see spin-off movies about.
Because we realized we're gonna get all these cool movies, and this is about probably we're like I don't even know if JJ had been announced as the director.
It was like 2020. It was 2012 or early 2013, but it was right when the deal got made.
And so we each made lists, and we did the top 10 Star Wars movies we want to see. Yeah. And I had a couple jokey ones in there, but I was dead serious about the Jabba the Hutt gangster movie directed by Martin Scorsese. I really want to see that, and this takes place in a not too crazy. It's in his house, right?
It's in Jabba's house.
He's literally sitting on Jabba's throne.
Yeah, well, because Jabba obviously ate it in Jedi, but then they come back and he whacks Bib Fortuna in Mandalorian, and he takes over. And this is basically, I thought that the show, because it's called Book of Boba Fett, I thought it was going to be chapters of his life because they brought in this Deepfake guy, like the guy that was doing all the Deepfake stuff.
Right.
They hired Lucasfilm hired him.
Right.
So I thought they were going to show Empire Strikes Back, Sarlacc Pit, all that, of just chapters of his life. Hence, Book of Boba Fett, but like based off like Tales of the Bounty Hunter and all that kind of stuff. But this is this is a happy surprise, to be honest with you. Like,
so it is just going to be this serial of this particular time in Boba Fett's
it looks
life.
like it.
It's not going to be flashbacks.
Whether it is or whether it isn't, I don't know. But it not from this trailer.
Because it'd be interesting if you did have like say Boba Fett interacting with like Alden Ehrenreich,
right?
You know?
Yeah. I mean, but at that point, yeah, he could. But
of course, everybody's going to say Darth Vader's got to be in it.
We're gonna get into more of the Star Wars stuff for sure. But if you were listening on Friday, then you know how excited I am to be working again with MANSCAPED. Love MANSCAPED. In this holiday season, I got to give thanks to our friends over at MANSCAPED. And am I going to tell my extended family that I have the Performance Package 4.0 from the global leaders in below-the-waist grooming? And by the way, it's not to mention that this one includes their Lawnmower 4.0, which is absolutely fantastic. I love it. You got to use that trimmer to tame a bush and to score brownie points with the in-laws. Gift yourself MANSCAPED or the man in your life who needs it. Join the 4 million men worldwide who trust MANSCAPED with 20% off and free shipping with the code BIGTHING. Go to manscaped.com. Do not want to hurt your sack. Take care of your sack. Be nice to it. You don't want to sing to it. But the best way...
How's that?
You don't want to sing to it.
You can sing to your sack. Just make sure it's a clean sack that you're singing to.
But now you don't need to do that, Mark, because you got the 4.0. And instead of singing, if your balls could talk, they would say, thank you so much for using the 4.0. It's wonderful. Because if you think your holiday spread is good, it's time to give thanks to MANSCAPED, the Performance Package 4.0. Or, you know what I call it? The perfect package for your package. Like what I did there? Gifting MANSCAPED is the ultimate hack to become the family favorite. MANSCAPED's been very busy, and they launched their refined body wash. Oh, I just got this. So excited.
It's a good smell.
Dude, I got the body wash and the 2-in-1 shampoo plus the conditioner. Ooh, this company's fantastic. They really are. They both feature the MANSCAPED signature scent that will help unlock your confidence this year. Your boys and your body will be oh so fresh and so clean when you start off your self-care routine with the ultimate body wash, shampoo, and conditioner. So get 20% off and free shipping with the code BIGTHING at manscaped.com. 20% off and free shipping with the code BIGTHING at manscaped.com. Be thankful this holiday season for the best gift of all from Manscaped. Your balls will thank you.
There you go.
So stop being a fucking asshole.
Oh, it was such a professional read until then.
Yeah, but you can clip out the other part.
If you had to sing one song to your balls, what song would you sing to them?
Thank you for being there. Thank you for being my friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It takes two, baby.
Yeah, that's good. I like that. Well, it takes three, doesn't it? Your balls and you. Two of them, and then you.
I'm just trying to encourage them.
No,
I'm not.
Nice. Just the two of you.
That's just the two of us. Oh. I'm just saying it takes two to make a dream come true.
Right. It takes two to make a thing go right.
There you go.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. All right, let's get into the Star Wars stuff. Because they show Boba Fett. Now, if they just show, they're going to, because that day, I think that on Disney Plus that day, the Boba Fett special comes out. Like they're going to do a special on Boba Fett, like the character, the history of the character.
Like a documentary?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's what
sign me
about.
Up for that.
So I'm pumped for that one. Like, and maybe like a special look on the series itself now that they put that out. That will be great. That'll be a lot of fun to visit. But then I think in December is when we still don't know how many episodes it is. It's like some say 6, some say 9. Don't know. What's that? Some say?
Some say.
Some say 6.
In a dark part of Lucasfilm.
We don't know. Either way, fine by me. If it's 6, though, I hope they're hour long. If they're 9, I'd be okay with 45 minutes. But, prefer an hour, obviously. But that being said, if they drop that already then you would assume that they're going to, the Bad Batch Season 2 has already been announced. I don't know if they've already, speaking of shooting things at the same times, do they show that? Do they announce a new animated series? Don't know. The Acolyte is a series that they've been working on. Mm-hmm. Do they? I think that they release a date for that, of when that comes out. They don't show anything yet. I don't think they've even started filming it, but I think they give a date on when the Acolyte comes out.
Okay, yeah, I mean, that's what these things are generally for, is like, here's some cool footage of some stuff.
Yeah, and
here's
this
a
is
date
when you
for
should
some other
expect
things.
it, right.
Here's a logo. Here's a title card or something
Here's
else.
a new one that you hadn't heard of yet.
Yeah, and then we surprise you at the end with something big.
Right. You know, I keep going back on what I was saying. Like the Patty Jenkins movie, Rogue, that was announced. Yeah, but that was announced at the Disney Plus Day last year.
See?
I don't know.
I think.
So who knows?
I think.
The Taika Waititi movie.
And again, you just tell me if I'm speaking out of turn here.
You are.
I think you're going to have to watch it.
You're probably definitely going to watch it, but
I think that's how they get us to watch.
That's how they get us to watch
now
it.
that I talk about this, I kind of think that's part of the trick.
I'm just curious.
They don't tell us everything we're going to see.
Is it movies? Is it TV shows? Now, the Obi-Wan thing. Now, that's the big question.
Do we get footage?
I think we get a teaser trailer. I think we get a teaser trailer. It's coming.
Man.
Because we're definitely going to find out, at least I think, I would say fairly confident that we're going to find out, because Andor and Obi-Wan both coming out next year.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to find out which one first. Because one of them's going to, because we have Boba Fett that comes out in December. We'll probably wrap in January. One of the next series will be either February or March, maybe even April. But that would be, I would guess and say Andor.
When did Mandalorian's a fall kind of thing,
That's
right?
towards the end.
And
we're probably going to get season 3.
Do we have season 3 this coming year, 2022?
From what they're saying,
Thanksgiving, yeah,
it'll probably be next year. It's probably going to fill the Boba Fett spot.
Yeah, and so you would get one new series in the spring.
You can get 3 next year.
And then you might get one new series in the summer.
Total, yeah. So 3. You're going to get one in like, you'll finish up, really 4 carrying into, because you finish up Boba in January.
Mm-hmm.
I think Andor comes out in that February to April slot, and then in the summertime, Obi-Wan hits, and then they finish off the year with Mandalorian.
I'm in.
That's what I would assume. So with that, it'd be great to have because both Andor and Obi-Wan have been shooting. There's enough footage to put together some kind of teaser.
It's going to be Obi-Wan saying hello there, right?
Maybe something like that. But someone wrote this morning. If people were losing their minds this much over like the Boba Fett series trailer, imagine what that. I think Obi-Wan is one of the most anticipated Star Wars properties in a long time. Since maybe Force Awakens.
Nah, I'd put
what else?
I'd put Last Jedi up. I think Last Jedi again.
It was a continuation. There's
no, but because I understand that some people were soured by Last Jedi on what Rise of Skywalker could be.
Yeah,
but The Last Jedi leading up to it, the hype was over the moon.
No, you're right.
This is going to be The Empire Strikes Back, and this is going to be all these things that in some regards it was.
Yeah.
But again, we're not looking at what the fallout was.
Right. No,
we're looking at the
anticipation.
The Last Jedi was almost on a par with Force Awakens. The only reason Force Awakens is ahead of it is because it had been such a dry spell leading up to it.
I think that's fair. But Obi-Wan is a character, and the lore and the fact that Hayden Christensen's coming back.
I would put Obi-Wan and the excitement around that above The Mandalorian.
Yeah,
for sure.
Me too.
We didn't know there was going to be a cute little Yoda.
No, and I think that, that's the other. They mentioned that, and at Disney Plus Day last year, they mentioned that Hayden was coming back. And now he's back for 2 series. Now he's not only back for Obi-Wan, he's back for Ahsoka. So maybe they announce that as far as Ahsoka when that release date comes out, because that'll probably be 2023.
Okay.
So he'll be back for 2, and that was the main question we were talking about with what we thought was going to happen with Anakin, because I thought the deepfake guy would be used for Boba Fett for sure, and I definitely think he's going to be used for Obi-Wan. You don't think so?
No, it's just funny. Like there's this one poor deepfake guy who's like just living in some Lucasfilm property dungeon with like a little dingy green screen behind him. They just knock on. They like throw him across the bread, and they're like, "Do it, do the Rancor."
Do it.
It's like, am I doing this for your amusement?
Yeah.
But it's just there's only one person that can do all of the Star Wars deepfakes. Like deepfake C-3PO.
Do you know where they found this guy? So this guy was doing
in a dumpster behind the Laugh Factory,
more or less,
where all talent is discovered.
100%. But this guy was doing his own stuff on his channel, and he did young Solo. He put Harrison Ford's face on Alden Reich.
Right.
Looks incredible. He did a better version of Tarkin, because the Tarkin one that they used in Rogue One, it was de-aging, wasn't deepfake. And so he used the deepfake technology. Looks 1,000 times better.
Wow.
They used de-aging for Mark Hamill in Mandalorian. He used deepfake 1,000 times better. Huh. Right. So much. This is what I got to give them props for, is they said, all right, let's meet this guy. And then they hired the guy. Right. And they brought him in because I think
it's a life-changing lunch.
It really is. But you don't bring in Hayden Christensen to just stick him in the suit.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, nah. But it's like, why would you invite him back if you're just going to put him in the suit, where, again, he got made fun of because he wasn't nearly as thick as David Prowse was.
Right. No, I think that for Obi-Wan, there's going to be tons of flashbacks where you can, because the thing is,
because Hugh McGregor is still much younger than Alec Guinness was when he was playing Obi-Wan.
But not too much, you could still.
He's younger than Alec Guinness was in 1977.
He is, but like I think he's like 20 years younger or something. Something like that.
Significant amount of time, Kristian.
I know, but still, but not enough to where it's like, oh my God, it's gonna be so hard. Yeah. You could do stuff with when you. Basically, the trick is going to be, and not really much.
You can deep fake some wrinkles out of Ewan McGregor,
and out of Hayden Christensen. Hayden Christensen now has got to be 40. Yeah, or close to it, right? And you gotta make him in his early 20s.
That guy hasn't aged a day. Or I'll tell you that.
No,
seen him up close,
and you'd be able to do
out
it
of the shower
so quick. If you could do that to Kurt Russell in Guardians of the Galaxy, that was de-aging, right? And if you could do that with Michael Douglas and Ant-Man, this is going to be a cakewalk for this guy.
Who's the celebrity you would most want to see deep faked into? Like I want to see one more run with this person. In a movie. It's got to be a movie.
John McClane.
You're taking that over Arnold? I thought you were going to take an Arnold movie.
Well, but the problem, it's tough.
Kristian.
I think
you get one more run at Predator with classic Arnold.
Because the problem is that I think Arnold would still, because if you deep fake, like look at the De Niro thing that happened in Irishman, right? Like the
where he went from
still
80
there.
to 72.
But you're right. But when he's doing, and this guy, somebody did deep fake of that, and it's 1,000 times better than what they did in that movie. But but when he's stomping that guy, and he's supposed to be this 20 or 30-year-old guy stomping someone, he looks like an 80-year-old man stomping on someone.
Well, in his defense, I mean, our dads had tougher lives than we do.
Truth. But
back in biblical times, they were like 30. So
that's true.
Old age kicks in quicker.
Crapped out a lot quicker. But I don't know. I think for Arnold, he would still do the performance. He just would be old Arnold. You can find somebody to do the performance of Bruce Willis and then stick Bruce Willis's face on it, and because they'd probably do a better job of Bruce Willis today.
I'm telling you, we get a great run. Well, no, that's what I'm asking though. You can deepfake somebody else, but that's what
I mean. That's why. But I wouldn't want to deepfake anybody else because Arnold still has the juice, right? Like Arnold still's got he's still. I don't know. Just having him run around with that. I think that
it's tough, man.
Yeah, it's tough.
I threw on Last Action Hero.
Yeah,
a couple of weeks ago. Gotten home late from the comedy club. Did a couple herbal remedies and fired that up. It's a good movie.
It was before its time.
It was like Jennifer's Body.
Yeah,
it was so far ahead of its time,
and so outside the box of what Arnold was doing. Because he had just been doing all these other movies. And granted, I think like True Lies was a blend of comedy away from...
True Lies was his comeback pitch after Last Action Hero.
No, Last Action Hero was afterwards. Wasn't it? Are you sure?
True Lies was...
Right. They're both 94, I thought.
They were both 94, I believe. But I think... I think Last Action Hero was 93. Last Action Hero was definitely 93 because Hard Target came out after Last Action Hero. I think Last Action Hero was early summer 93 because at the end of that, at the premiere of Jack Slater 4, Van Damme is at the premiere and he's got the long hair from Hard Target. And my brother and I walked out of the theater. We didn't say a word about how great or what we felt about the movie. Did you see Van Damme with the mullet? We didn't have the term mullet yet. Yeah. We just said it looked cool.
You're right. It was 93.
And then... that movie didn't get reviewed that well. Yeah. Soundtrack was great, but the movie didn't get reviewed that well, and so then you're waiting a year to see what's Arnold going to do next, and then I remember seeing the movie poster for True Lies, just being like, I don't know if this guy's career is ever going to be the same. what the hell is this movie? Tom Arnold is in it?
And then Junior, I think, was around the same time.
Junior was then the fall of 94, I believe.
Was it? Okay, so that's when it started to kind of go down a different path for him.
Very specific time in my life when I'm almost Scott Mans.
It's true. Junior I saw with my grandmother, for God's sakes.
It's a good Arnold movie to take grandma
I don't think I've seen it since I saw it in the theater that day.
It was such a great time with you and Gam.
It just was so. It just was like a.
I've never seen the movie.
Yeah,
I can't imagine.
I can't even
wanting to watch it.
I can't even remember it. Only reason I would see anything that Arnold did back then. I mean, like I remember the only movie that I remember watching in the theater at that time in my life that I was let down by was Raw Deal.
Oh, that was, but that, yeah, I remember looking at the boxes at Video Update being like, what 80s Schwarzenegger movie do I feel like renting today? Usually my hands are the same size now. I'd reach for anything, but it would end up being Predator.
Yeah.
Or it would end up being Terminator mainly. Right? So never actually made it to Raw Deal. I did rent Running Man.
Great movie.
And dug that, but I saw Running Man too late.
Did you?
There was always
dated.
There was already another Sub-Zero that had won my heart from Mortal Kombat.
Okay, so you always
Sub-Zero is going to pop
Sub-Zero.
up. I'm like, Sub-Zero?
Yeah.
Then it's just some guy. And I'm like, that's not Sub-Zero.
Right, well, hey, light bulb. Such great lines in that movie. Hey.
All right.
And he calls it, how many different things? He is just throwing out those puns. And that guy, and it was it Domino? I can't remember the guy's name, but he also calls him, he goes, hey, Christmas tree. It's so many different times. His puns are out of control in that movie. Oh, so
First
good.
Arnold movie I saw in a theater was Terminator 2. And then I went on a nice little run where I had T2, into Last Action Hero, into True Lies, missed Junior, came back for Eraser.
Yeah.
Which was fun.
Luggage.
Your luggage.
Yeah.
Why are you late? Traffic.
And
he was just doing one word.
Yeah, he had a couple.
Just doing one-word puns.
Yeah. Yeah, that was his shtick.
But then like the Sixth Day, and then End of Days came out, and I was like, you know what? I think I'm gonna go to college and get an education.
I'm so curious what if he would have put out anything good in that. What did he take, like a 5-year break because of his governor stuff?
His gubernatorial efforts. Yeah, he did Rise of the Machines.
That's when he came back, though, right?
No, Rise of the Machines was
2003.
Governor.
It was right before.
Yeah, and then he might have had like Collateral or something like that come out. Like right before he went into the seat.
That was Michael Mann.
Not Collateral, Collateral Damage.
Collateral Damage.
Yeah, with him and Leguizamo.
Right.
And then afterwards, but what a comeback pitch that was with The Last Stand. That's a really, really fun action movie.
Yeah, that one. I did like The Last Stand. That's right.
We both walked out of the theater.
I didn't like that other one though. Even though it was good chemistry with like Joe Manganiello. What was that one that he did? Sabotage.
That was Sylvester Stallone.
No.
Oh no! I'm thinking of Momoa.
You're thinking of Momoa with
bullet to the head.
The axe
fight's pretty sweet.
Great. That's when nobody knew who Momoa was at that point.
These guys, Schwarzenegger and Stallone, they're always going to be linked in the cosmos. You can't have a conversation for too long about either one of them without eventually the other one showing up in the conversation.
Absolutely. And I love that they're actually boys now.
And Expendables 4 is coming out. Now, I hear that I don't know if Schwarzenegger's coming back for this one.
Okay.
And I can't remember if his character got killed off in 3 or not. But they're adding Megan Fox. You hear this? You hear who the bad guy is?
I don't know anything.
Expendables 4. I didn't even know it was happening until I saw it on Twitter.
I knew it because
Iko Uwais from The Raid is going to be the villain, I believe, in Expendables 4.
Love that.
And so it's Stallone and it's Statham coming back.
Okay.
And I think Liddell is coming back.
I don't think Chico was ever in it.
Randy Couture.
Couture.
And so I don't know what the rest of the framework is going to be. You imagine Dolph Lundgren's going to be back.
Are you pumped for Rocky 4?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I'm surprised because it's going to be a very different film.
What are you talking
than the one that you love?
You and I had this conversation.
I know, but
on a show called The Big Thing. I don't know if it's still running, but we had a great talk, and I said
I know, but I thought about it more because you love the fourth one as it is.
I'm not some one-note monkey that is just going to enjoy I love the montages, but I can also get the emotional depth out of it too.
I know you can, but this
am I pissed about the robot? Yes.
It's a brand, but this is a brand new movie. It's like even the way that he's
okay, easy.
I'm telling you,
easy.
You're gonna feel. I watched the behind the scenes thing. Even the fight itself, on the punches, the way they're linked, he's going full. Okay, he's going full drama on this.
It's not a new movie.
It's a new movie. When you look at this thing, you better look at it like it's really different. It's not the same. It's very different than what it was before. You think about it.
Okay, very different. is very different from being a new movie slime.
You punches.
Hey, Sly, can I tell you something?
Yeah.
You were great in Terminator 2.
I was actually in that.
I'm more of a Jack Slater guy.
Yeah.
In that universe, he was in Terminator 2.
Maybe you watching Loki. Maybe Loki I was in that one, but not in this one.
All comes back to Loki.
All comes back to Loki. All right, listen.
Well, good talk.
This was a good talk. It's always fun to have you here. Thank you. I got a pee now because of this caramel macchiato you got me, so I appreciate it.
I spoil the youngsters, you know?
Hey, if you're not subscribed to this channel, then you should be. You should also be subscribed to the audio feed. Apple Podcasts, very important. Spotify, very important. Make sure that you are following us there, leaving us rates and reviews. Even if you are listening on YouTube, go over there. It helps us get great sponsors like Manscaped. It really helps us tremendously. We don't do donations on this show.
Hey, you think our voices sound nice on YouTube?
That's right.
I mean, wait until you download it and you have this in your ears with the podcast.
And that's how a lot of people do it, and you should be doing it too. Even if you're listening to it and watching it or doing the live chat here, please subscribe to us over there. Download us on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or anywhere podcasts are found. Very, very important. It helps. Even our podcast rep is like, hey, audio downloads are going up. They're going up. So please help us. Continue to do that.
And comment and tell Kristian he needs to watch Squid Game.
Please. I don't think that I'm going to have to be too convinced, but if you want to do that to add to the algorithm, please do.
I can't wait to talk with you about this.
Okay. Well, just for that, we'll do it because I like talking to you. So
I'm coming back. You hear that?
Yeah, you are. You're invited back.
I got rebooked.
Thank you guys so much for joining us here today. Thank you to Mark Ellis. Check him out, markellis.live.
He's got to pee, folks.
Yeah, do it. See you later.